Hello, everybody, and welcome to Toffee EUROCAST. We are live. How are you, Paul? You right?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. I've missed a little bit today, so you'll have to fill me in with one or two bits. But I enjoyed the French game, so yeah, all good. No pressure, just nice football once again.
Yeah, but to be fair, I've captured most of the games, and we did our predictions as normal on the shorts. On the if you come over and have a look, you can see our predictions, see whether we got them right. Rob had a go today from Toffee Bluecast. He had a go, so it was me, Rob, and then you, Paul, as well. So we've carried our competition on.
Yeah,
My first prediction. Hard game, wasn't it? I mean, we'll start with the first game today, and we'll move on from the way it started. We won't go backwards. We'll start from the first game, and the first game that I got given was Romania versus Ukraine. Now, if you listen on Twitter, come across, get in the comments, have a talk with us, and tell us what you thought of these Euro games if you watched them. But the first game that I was given was Romania versus Ukraine, and I had Ukraine to win 2-1. How wrong was I?
yeah. Well, we wanted Mikolenko to be playing, didn't we? But he didn't. He didn't feature, did he?
No, I think Mikolenko would have helped if he played. The defense was awful. The defense was so bad. And not to take anything away from Romania, because they was a lot better than what probably I anticipated with their attacking players. But I don't know. They've got a captain called, just look at the stuff now, Stanku or whatever his name is. Some of these names I'm going to say wrong. Stanku, little
Yeah,
guy, captain's armband. He smashed it top corner, cracking finish, but it was the goalkeeper that kind of mispassed it. So the goalkeeper's there, passes it wrong. They turn over the ball on the edge of the box, and then he does this fantastic shot on the edge of the box. But if the keeper doesn't do a bad pass, he wouldn't have let them in so easy on that first goal. But yeah, they were really good attacking, proper team. If I was going to give anyone a big shout out this game, it would be the player that I already said on the review, Dragerson, or however you say his name, Dragerson, the one that
Dragus.
Spurs have
Oh,
signed.
Dragus in the centre back.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. What a player Spurs have signed there. I know they signed him late and he didn't play a lot. Probably didn't play as much as Spurs fans would like. And I knew he was good, by the way, because I'd already watched him before Spurs had signed him and said I wanted him at Everton. Because I watched him and he's just fantastically composed on the ball. He's fast, he's big, he's strong. And he was up against probably one of the most informed strikers going at the minute with Dovbyk. I mean, Dovbyk is a big striker, a very big striker. He's like a
Oh
Haaland.
yeah,
Yeah, and Dovbyk is a top goal scorer in the Spanish league. He was scoring 2 goals a game, and he's on fire. And Dovbyk needed stopping, and he come up against Dragerson, and he stopped him. And it's crazy because the Romanian fans are nuts. They're all shouting. You know where in kickboxer they go "Notsuka, Notsuka." That all the Romanian fans are all shouting Dragerson. They're all Dragerson. Yes, and they're like going mad. They were loving it. They was going nuts. So yeah, my prediction was wrong. Mudryk was really poor.
yeah. Well, you know what? I'm not a massive fan of him anyway. I don't think he's got much of an end product, to be honest. He's fast and that's about it. He doesn't seem to actually finish an awful lot off. Emma's in. She's not happy with her predictions either.
No, we all struggled. They're chatting about Kevin Campbell on Talksport right now. I know I've seen a video, to be fair, of an Everton fan on Talksport, and he broke down. He was crying on Talksport about it and stuff like that. He goes, "I never met him, but," and he started bawling. I was just like, "Oh my god, you got me going again." Yeah, it's still
It's all raw.
struggling with that one. Yeah,
It is raw.
our thoughts are with you, mate.
Yeah. Just getting back to that game as well. Just looking at some of the some of the scores, some of the ratings. It was this Dennis Mann for Romania, 8.9. By far and away the best player on the pitch, according to these guys.
I know. I've just seen 8.9, but I actually watched the game and I don't think he was that good. He's all right. The defense was shambles, Paul, and you would say the same. The defense was so bad. Yeah, it was. I mean, Romania, not taking nothing away from them. They're a proper team and they're on it. They remind me of the team that played France just a minute ago that we'll talk about. They're on it.
Yeah.
They're all over you. And every player gives it 110%, but I don't know whether it was an 8.9 for him.
Yeah, well, he says that he got a couple. He said he got 2 assists before he went off on the hour as well. He only played 62 minutes, so they must have loved him. I think they
was
just
that the
wanted
lad?
to use.
I'm trying to think whether that was the lad with the blue hair.
Name. I think they just wanted to use his name and the thing that Dennis the Man. You know, I think they were just wanting to use it for a headline.
There was a really good team. I can't take nothing away from them. They were solid all over the park. They're a really good team. But
yeah.
Like, other than the centre back Dragusin, no one was like, wow, he's like a superstar. But like I say, the centre back was solid Dragusin. The problem is, you can have Dovbyk, who's an amazing striker, and you can have Mudryk, who looks good attacking as well. But if your midfield's not that good behind it and your defence isn't that good, it means nothing, doesn't it? And a few people were saying like Dovbyk wasn't on it, but he just do you know where we play those balls into Calvert-Lewin, and it's just very hard for the striker to even control the ball. Never mind think about scoring. But
yeah,
I was really disappointed in their midfield and their defenders. Ukraine.
Well,
my prediction was way off.
Ukraine have got a bit of an uphill task now. To be fair, I mean their third game will be against Belgium, which we'll talk about in a sec. So Ukraine maybe not as strong as everyone was thinking or maybe hoping going off our predictions, because I think we all had Ukraine to win, to be honest.
I said Ukraine are a bit of a wild card because they've got good attackers, but after watching that, I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think they're going to struggle. I mean, they can still go through. It's a bit of a Scotland game for me. Just didn't turn up.
Yeah. Well, they'll have. They'll have. Just going on to the next one, they'll have Slovakia next, Ukraine, and I mean, not a great day for Mikalenko's Ukraine, and certainly not a good day for Onana's Belgium either.
Couldn't believe how bad Zinchenko was. Zinchenko got smashed to pieces.
Yeah,
I thought he's like one of them that Ukraine looked to as the leader and stuff like that, and he's a leader for Arsenal when he plays. But no, he got smashed to pieces. He was on the floor, outstrengthed. Romania just wanted it more, Paul. They was hungry. They was like in for it. They wanted to die for that game to win the game. And Ukraine looked like they just didn't want it. Like even on tackles, there was down. Romania just stronger than them all over the pitch. And I do think that Mikalenko would have made a difference. I do think if he played, he would have made a difference. It would have helped them out. Probably they would have even played in centre-back, how bad the centre-backs were through Ukraine. But I am glad that they didn't rush Mikalenko on through desperation and make him injured even more and probably make it a long-term thing for Everton.
No, it wouldn't have been good. Did Zinchenko, you know, when he plays for Arsenal, he doesn't play like out and out left back, does he? Really, he tends to sort of play an inside left kind of midfielder role, doesn't he? He tends to sort of to do that rather than just be a standard left back. Did he do that for Ukraine today?
It's crazy because normally when he plays that left back position, you see him down the left quite a lot, and it looks like a left winger at times. But no, I often seen him have to defend. He really did have to defend against these. I mean, 3-0. It could have been 4-5-0. It really could have. They was on it they scored from the start and they just didn't sit back on it. They really went for it. And I say Ukraine was poor, and I'm making it sound like it wasn't Romania that was really good, but Romania was really good as well. So I've got to give them credit. They really did deserve the win. And a team that I've seen differently. That's why I like this Euros, Paul, because before that game, but just because I didn't know some of the Romanian players, I didn't think they were that good, and I had Ukraine to win because I knew the players. But watching the game, they deserve to win 3-0.
That's fair enough. Yeah. Oh, every day's a school day, so we know more about Romania.
It was a school day for me that game, definitely. I got my prediction way wrong. I lost. I lost the point on my actual prediction on the result, and I lost my point on the prediction of the correct score as well. So you are going to catch me up after me getting that game, that's for sure.
Well, we'll have to see. Would either of us, I know Rob did this next one, would either of us have said the scoreline of the next one?
Well, I just want to say before we move on to the next one that I did the Romania versus Ukraine. I had it as 2-1. You then sent me your video that didn't go through. So you actually did do that one, and your prediction was 3-1.
I said 3-1, but it didn't load in time.
Yeah. If you actually sent me a prediction that said 3-0, I would have been like, yes, I got away with it. But you thought the same as me. So I wasn't. Nobody. Emma had a go. People had a go in the comments. They didn't get it right either. No one got that Romanian result right. They all thought Ukraine would win. So it was a bit of a surprise one, that one.
No.
So that is the last said on that one. Let's move over to the one that Rob got. Belgium versus Slovakia.
Shock of the day.
Did you catch a bit of this game?
Shock of the day. Say again.
Did you catch a bit of this game, Belgium, Slovakia?
I saw parts of it. I didn't see all of it. I got most of the second half. Yeah. I saw the disallowed goals. The offside where Nana heads it back, cross comes over, and Nana heads it back across, and Lukaku's just there, puts it in with his right foot. I mean, minuscule. And it was, the rule is about, it's the part of the body that puts the ball in the net. Is that offside? That must have been by that much, because it was a decent header down, but his right foot might have been ever so slightly further forward. The other one, the handball. So in the build up to Lukaku scoring, ball was bobbling around. Belgian player against the Slovakian, both hustling and bustling for the ball. Ball's in front, and inadvertently, the Belgian player gets a touch on the ball with his hand. Didn't mean it, but it did sort of move the ball slightly into his path, didn't it? And Belgium is saying that it shouldn't have been handball. Slovakia is saying that it should, and it got wiped off, and Belgium end up goalless.
Yeah, it was interesting because I think it's one of them. I do think the hand on the ball changed the movement a little bit, didn't it? It changed the direction of the ball. So
yeah, I think so.
Although it's really harsh and it isn't intentional, his hand does gain him an advantage. I don't like handballs given a lot, but I do think that his hand putting the ball into the direction that he wanted for them to go on and score, it had to be given to. I do think that was the right decision. The Onana header that you said, that was a good header. We've seen Onana do that a couple of times when he's unchallenged. That header back across goal, really good header from Onana, back across goal. They didn't show many replays on it. A question to you, Paul: was the Onana header going in if Lukaku didn't kick it?
No.
It looked like
his header. No, it was in front of Lukaku, but it wasn't on target. It wasn't on target.
There, didn't it?
It was close. I think that I think with the handball one, the amount of beef that the commentators and the pundits were putting across, saying it should have stood. I guarantee, if it was the other way around, and Slovakia had scored from it, they'd be saying Belgium were hard done by. So I think they got the right decision. I think it should have been handball, and I don't think harsh or otherwise, you'd be absolutely seething if it was against your side. So, you know.
Yeah, it's definitely handball.
And I love,
I am like,
the ball technology that Emma's on about here, did you see that?
no.
So apparently there's a chip in every ball, right? And it's it senses if there's a touch on the ball. So when the ball inadvertently hits the hand of the Belgian player, they looked at this, and you can see it's like on the cricket when they go and see whether it's come off
Oh
the
yeah, I did see,
off
do
the
you know
batter.
what? I did
What's
see
that?
it, and I didn't
What's
know. I
that?
didn't know what there was on about because the commentators said, like,
Yeah,
they're looking into that. And I thought, what? Yeah, I did think, what is it? And
that's
now it
amazing.
makes sense on what it was. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good,
I
though,
like
isn't
that.
it?
I think that's brilliant. I think that's brilliant.
One thing I
So
will
yeah,
say is that
good on 'em.
when I've watched a lot of these games. I am getting into it. I am enjoying it. I do love football. Everton is my heart, but I do like watching football because I like to see good players and see what it takes to be a good player. And one thing I will say is that the officiating has been fantastic so far. The VAR decisions have been straight to VAR, boom, decision made, talking whilst the decision's been made. Someone's been
Yeah.
talking over to you whilst you're getting the decision. And there've been a lot faster decisions in the Premier League as well. And it's kind of like it happens fast. I'm thinking about it now in my head. It's just so good because the VAR thing just happens. VAR, they do it very fast, faster than the Premier League, and they just move on
Yeah.
and carry on with the game. So I think the VAR
Oh,
is better in this than what it is in the Premier League.
I think one of the big differences is that in this they're not looking for extra things. I think in the Premier League one they try to find things to stop it from being a goal. Whereas I don't think that happens so much with this. And they've also got semi-automated offsides, which we should have had anyway, which we are getting this season. But it just makes it so much easier. You can tell there's a higher class of referee, but a higher
Yeah, they're
class of
just they're just like
VAR as well, you know.
they're just on this one on the Premier League. It's like we don't know, but this one it's just like these are the rules. That's it. According to these rules, that's the decision. We've got the decision. That's it. Move on, and that's what they say. Because
Yeah.
even one of the commentators was saying, "I don't agree with that." But they said that's the rules that we've got to go by, so we've got to apply that. Simple, and there's no questions. If the decision is wrong, it's on the thingy. We're not getting any.
We're not getting it till
November.
November. Well, that makes me think, why? 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 And can you have it halfway through a season? Who bloody knows anymore? Oh, wait, waiting for the winter ball. Is that the technology? Is that one? Is that technology bit, or is it the automated offsides? I wonder. Because I'd love the microchip in the ball. That'd be good.
We would have thought like years back that you would have we would have had a football that's going to have sensors on it of everything that happens.
Oh, the offsides.
If they get it right, they just got to get it right.
I know. Well, give it another 5 years. Christ, to be chips and sensors and everything, won't there?
I'm gonna be a little bit of a shitbag Everton fan tonight, and if you're on Twitter, just come over and get involved in the comments because we want to hear from you. We really do. We want loads of comments. We've got all the regulars, Emma, Cracking, all the regulars that are in the comments and stuff, but we want you to come over as well. So hit the link, come over. It costs nothing, so you might as well just come over and have a chat. I want to hear what you've got to say. The topic now, where I'm going to have a little bit of a ranty, or I don't know. Amadou Onana, we're going to look at him this game. We're going to look at him this game. Amadou Onana. And I've been Amadou Onana's biggest backer last season. Like, I got so much stick for it, like from Jamie to sometimes saying, "Oh, you bum Amadou Onana." I just see it how it is, and I see him as he's got loads of potential. And I always just hope that he fulfills that potential, Onana. He's starting to frustrate me, Paul. He's starting to frustrate me a little bit.
What was it?
I know he's just like when I was watching Belgium,
the centre-backs have often got the ball, and Onana's always putting himself in positions that just isn't that good to receive the ball. Like he's not running fast enough to get into the positions, and he's saying he wants the ball, but he's wanting it that's not like in a good position for them to get up the pitch. It's kind of, he wants the ball and then he'll pass back to the centre-back. He's not wanting it in where he can actually break the midfield of the other team. Do you know what I mean? He's not moving into... I just find him like... He's a very confusing player, I know Onana is. And let me just think about this. He's like... He's got everything. But he ain't got the passion for me sometimes. You know, they like... run everywhere, give everything you've got.
Yeah.
Do you know when you watch, like, I'm trying to explain it, but it's so hard. Do you know when you watch like players and you can see they've got the passion and the heart, Paul?
Yeah.
That they give everything. I just don't think Onana has got that. He doesn't give everything. If he did, I think he'd be so good. But he just doesn't give everything. Like, he's got so much more. And like the header back across. And the last thing that I'll get. You tell me what you think as well, Paul. See if it's just me.
Well,
but the last thing that I don't like is he's a big lad. He's what, 6'6" or something like that. And he does this Richarlison thing where he always goes down injured all the time. Really, even when it's not even a big knock, he holds his leg like Richarlison. And I love Richarlison, but I'm just saying, like, he goes down for so long sometimes when he's not even hurt. And I think to myself, you're a big lad. You're making yourself look like a bit of an idiot here. When I played football, when I played Paul, I did not want to show that opposition that I was hurt. It was me against them. And the moment that I showed them that I'm hurt or I showed them that they're stronger than me, they'd be laughing at me. Especially when I used to play five-a-side. You feel like a right idiot if they beat you with the strength battle.
Yeah.
So even if one of them smashed into my legs and I had a dead leg and I was hurt, I'd run and put a face on like I'm not hurt because I wouldn't want to show them that I'm hurt. And Onana is just like limping around, rolling around, and I'm thinking, you're making yourself look stupid. The opposition's probably going to look at you now and think you're a big 6'6" lad, but you're not as strong as you look. And then the psychological thing then, they think they can outstrength you, outpower you, and I don't like that attitude. Ben Godfrey, he's got the attitude right, where Ben Godfrey, he loves going in for a tackle. He'd never show his hurt, would he? You couldn't imagine Ben Godfrey milking that he's hurt, could you? He just wouldn't do that. Don't think Tarkowski would either. That's a great for me. What's your opinion on this, Paul?
I know it's dead frustrating, but...
We'll let you know. They're on that game
we'll get on to that, and I'll show you a picture
next
as
game.
well.
Yeah.
I'm with you, but he's not English, and you know, there's a ton of them that are like that. He sees himself as kind of Rolls Royce player, and we've had this conversation before about we want him to try and find the lines to pass through, and you know, open up defenses and create chances, but we've not seen that in his game. So is his game just going to be that kind of number 6 role where he sits in front of the defence, which is the role that we thought Gana Gay would basically do? But if anything, Gana Gay's been more creative than Onana has in sort of second half of the season for Everton. So with De Bruyne playing and, you know, all the like Doku and all the others who are creating, is Onana's role just going to be to break up play and pass the ball sideways like a Belgian Gareth Barry?
I'm not seeing the Yaya Toure or the Vieira. Do you know, like power? I'm going to run past your power. Put the ball into me. I know I'm stronger than this player that's on me, so I'm going to make sure I keep onto the ball because I feel like I'm better than him. He's going to try and get it off me. I'll power past him, then I'm completely bypass their midfield. Then we're in. And Belgium need that. Belgium needed that today. They needed, because you've got Kevin De Bruyne that's had to come in deep and play like the Onana role with Onana to try and get the ball up the pitch. And you're thinking De Bruyne's had to come from wanting to play in the number 10 position to playing in the number 6 just in front of the defence to try and get the ball up to where he wants it. Onana should be doing that.
Yeah, he did. He did. He almost did the kind of thing Bruno Fernandes has done for United, where sometimes you'll see him as the player that's furthest back, just to try and get on the ball and create something. And that's what Belgium were like today. De Bruyne is generally his best kind of position is inside right in the midfield, so he can whip those balls in for Haaland or Lukaku for Belgium. But
he shouldn't have to do that when they've got Malaga and Onana in the centre of midfield. De Bruyne should just be waiting for the ball up top. He shouldn't. They then brought Tielemans on in the De Bruyne position that when De Bruyne was coming back, they brought Tielemans on to play at the side of Onana and said to De Bruyne go up. So it was just like it wasn't working for him at all, was it? And I just feel like Onana, for me, I watched him to be incredible and make his price tag go up. And I don't think he did that. It was a bit of an Everton performance from the man. He's got a lot to develop, hasn't he?
We've got this beef and the fact that because he's such a unit, long-legged, and then you sort of think of other players who've got his kind of physical stature in that kind of position. You're thinking of a Yaya Toure or a Pogba or a Vieira or whoever else. Do you know what I mean? And he's not that kind of player, it seems. But it's dead frustrating because he looks as though he should be, and maybe he will become more of that, as his career goes forward. But at the moment, he just seems to be the kind of player that kind of breaks up play and passes it out to the wings. If that's what he is, that's what he is.
I can't understand. I watch a lot of football, and I just can't understand why when Onana he should have the strength. Why can't he be that player? Like, why he should be good in the air as well. He's taller than everyone.
Oh, he's decent in the air. He is decent in the air.
It's not like as dominant as I'd like him to be in the air.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, there were times today, and there's been plenty of times as well for Everton that he's either scored or nodded back across or just been awkward. Do you know what I mean? And like Alex says, he is still young, so maybe his game will end up adapting depending on who he plays for, which kind of brings it to the other question Alec mentioned about what do you think he's going to be sold for? It'd be interesting whether he does go. And who would he go to?
There's talks that Aston Villa are interested.
Yeah, that's wicked. That's wicked.
Aston Villa, who can't sign anyone apparently because they're struggling with the FFP with us. Apparently 50 million they might. Villa won't put big money on the table. That's the problem. You're not going to get a good them. If you got them to meet the 50, you'd be doing very well. Yeah. Arsenal has been taught. He's been linked to Arsenal.
Yeah, because he's that. You could see him in an Arsenal kit doing that kind of role. Is he creative enough for Arsenal? I don't know, but it might not be Premiership. It might be
Champions League teams are looking at.
He would suit an Italian side. Do you know what I mean? To win the ball back and pass it short or to the fullbacks or whatever. He would suit that. He'd certainly win a few headers in Italy as well. So I don't know. Obviously, I hope he stays with us because I think he'll grow. But he looks as though he should do even more in a team of really good players, which generally we don't have. So
yeah. Normally in Belgium, we all say, he's not good for Everton. He needs to play for a team like Belgium. But when he played today, he played like he plays like he does for Everton today. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if they got it wrong. Maybe it was because when Belgium normally play Onana, Tielemans, and De Bruyne, and that's two really creative footballers with Onana. But when they played Mangala next to Onana. For me, in my head, that was like Ghana Gay and Onana combination where they're both not that creative and it don't work. And I thought to myself, that ain't going to work, Mangala and Onana. And I think Onana needs players that are going to be really creative and he can just sit in and do his thing.
To be fair, they probably thought they'd have enough. With Doku down left-hand side, De Bruyne whipping in passes and Lukaku up there. Do you know what I mean? You would have thought. I mean, all of us, I think, would have put on a Belgian win by at least 1 or 2 goals. You know, like, you know, maybe it is breaking news. Emma's in the know. So 200 million to Roma. Can't wait.
If we get the owner, you never know.
There you go.
I don't think we're going to get.
I think if we sell Onana, we're not going to get a good deal for it. I know I've just called him out and I says he's nowhere near fulfilling what he's capable of, but I still think he is capable of a lot. That's what frustrates me. And I think that's why he's such a frustrating player, is because he's got it all. And
we
when
like him. We do like him.
I love him. I do love him. I think he's a cracking person.
Yeah.
I've never even met him, but I do like him. I'm always like looking at his Instagram and stuff like that. He looks like a proper nice human being. I'm not even joking. He looks like a decent guy. But it's just frustrating that he's got so much ability and he's not using it all. He's playing on 60%. I don't like that. I'd love to see him give 100% every game. Because I think he'd be good if he gave it 100%. If he got angry, I'd love him to get angry. He's a player, Paul, that I would love to play with anger, where he's just fuming, running around on a mission to smash the other team up. But he doesn't do the pitch.
Not seeing that in him yet. I mean, are you more annoyed because Belgium are your tip to win the whole thing and they've lost the first game? Is that what
it doesn't? Do you know what? Belgium
never start that good, do they? Let's face it, they always nearly
No. And in fact, I'd see when Spain won it when Fabregas was playing, because I've seen Fabregas pundit on BBC. He said they lost their first game to Switzerland, I think, before they went on to win it. I'm pretty sure Italy drew their first game when they won it. So you never know. It just might be a sign.
But it does take. It takes a while to heat up as well. And Doku, he was on the left. Then they moved Doku over to the right. Then they brought a new right winger on and moved Doku back to the left. They moved De Bruyne into the 6. Then they moved De Bruyne back up and brought Tielemans on. Just too much going on for me. So I feel like if they get it right next game, they'll be straight back into the tournament. Belgium will. They'll still be there. They're not going to. I don't think they're going to get knocked out first round. And even if they don't go through, you still got a chance of going through, haven't you? So Belgium will still be all right. They'll sort it out. Lukaku missed those chances. That's all we've seen is pictures of Lukaku all over everywhere. He's proper doping. He wasn't like that for Everton.
No.
He wasn't like that for Everton.
We had the best times. We had the best times at Lukaku, I think. Really do.
He's still good. He still gets himself into the position, and he's still stronger than the centre backs, and he's so dangerous. Dopey finisher.
When he's in the box, you know what I mean? When he's in the box. I mean, a couple of decisions go their way. Belgium were winning at least 2-1, but Slovakia are on their way to glory, you know. And Emma did say. Say again.
Do you know Slovakia, when we got through and some teams went through in the 4th spot or something? Did Slovakia go through?
I think we said Slovakia instead of Slovenia. Yeah.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
It wasn't that bad, to be fair.
I don't know. We'll have to look back.
We'll have to look back.
I mean,
we did end up with some teams like that, yeah.
I know. Emma mentioned before, interesting results today. Do you think we're going to see a dark horse a la Greece 2004? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that, actually. I actually watched that one. It was really good.
That was, we should have won that whole tournament. We should have won. That was
who's that Greece player? The one that had like the weirdest ponytail at the back all the time, beginning with P or something.
Oh yeah.
If anyone knows in the comments, a Greece player, he had like a ponytail. I think he played for Inter or something like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He had a bald head at the back. I don't remember his name. If you know,
some amazing haircuts. Amazing. But the final as well. In fact, actually, that winning goal in the final, was it Dallas who scored it? He scored about 3 of those goals in that tournament as well. It's all Greece had off corners. It was fantastic. Fantastic, that was.
Who would have known that?
I know. Did you watch then the last one? Should we talk about the last one?
Yeah, let's get on to it.
So, I actually, my prediction
yours,
for this, yeah, I actually went 4-1. And God, I mean, how France have only scored 1 goal. I mean, particularly second half, I thought, right, they've got one there. Austria still looked as though they could have had a go every now and then. But second half, France should have Mbappe should have passed it into a corner. Easy, hits it wide. There's a pass across the area. Griezmann gets a toe on it, but it still goes out to the other side of the pitch. And Austria just couldn't quite take any of their chances. So France were blowing a little bit at the end. But I think we all agree that the highlight was Mbappe's demolition of his face as well. Do you want to see it?
Yeah, we'll see that, and then I'll give our little talk about the game as well. But let's get this
picture out of the way. So this is a close-up. I don't know whether that actually, I mean, whether it really gives the kind of image when you see him moving around. I mean, Christ, it looks like Steve Bruce.
The cock his dick off. I don't know.
I mean, it was a bang. It was a proper bang.
Yeah, it was a big. It was at first I thought he'd just gone down for no reason, but then when it showed the replay, he's very lucky that they did say in the commentary he's very lucky that he headbutted his shoulder, which is quite cushiony compared to his head. But his head was going in the direction of the head, and you think it's going to be a head. This is nasty. This is, and then Mbappe's head just goes down towards his shoulder just before it connects with the other player's head. If that's a clash, Mbappe's that's bad. But very lucky he hit the shoulder, and I just think it's took his nose a complete different direction there.
It did. I mean, you can see it.
He's moved his nose to the right. You can see like the top of Mbappe's nose there is straight all the way at the top, and then after that it's moved to the right. So as the commentator says, it's probably going to have to get put back in place. Very weird how, I don't know if it's weird or clever that Mbappe, after getting treated for it, jumps back on the pitch and stops the game.
How stupid was that? I mean, I don't blame Mbappe for that. I blame whoever told him to go back on the pitch, because what was the point of that? It was just an arsey way to try and get the game stopped. Do you know what I mean? So he got a booking for it not being his idea, basically. Why do that? He basically wanted to stop Austria having the ball and just bring it all back. Just a bit of
it was really weird because it's like he's a striker as well. If it's to get a defender on the pitch, you understand. Do you know what I mean? If you're one less defender or something like that. But he just did that because I think he thought that if he got back on the pitch, it would be a drop ball or something like that. It was all really weird. And they told him not to go on the pitch, Mbappe. They said, Mbappe, don't go on the pitch, but he just jumped on the pitch just to stop the game. And deservedly probably got a yellow because it was all just stupid, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it'd be interesting whether, say, he got a yellow. Say, I mean, is he going to play in the next game? Can you play with literally half your face shoved to one side? Say he gets a booking in the third game. That means he'd be out for the last 16. Do you know what I mean? It's a stupid yellow card.
Then it would be stupid. I get what you're saying. Then it would be stupid.
Yeah, it didn't need to happen, to be honest. So we'll see if that comes back to bite him on the arse. But it would have been painful. It would have been even more painful in the dressing room when they would have set it back again. Minging.
No, definitely not nice, that one. But fair play to him, though. He wasn't straight off, was he? Like, you know, where some players don't really hurt and they just wanted medical staff. He didn't give a crap. He's quite an odd, no?
He took that broken nose really well. He was still, like, say, getting the spotlight and all that, even with a broken nose.
He did. I'm sure there'll be. I'm sure there'll be kids all over the world on FIFA now editing Mbappe's face slightly with a disjointed nose.
Like some people proper made it big and then said it's not bad, don't worry about it and stuff like that. I've seen pictures going about on Twitter already. On this game, your prediction was what, Paul?
It was 4-1. So I'm bang on result again, but miles off the bloody score.
I know. Chloe goes like the game was. We'd watched a bit of the game, and she goes, "Paul's prediction doesn't look good here," because you could tell it wasn't going to be a high-scoring game. And we were both very surprised that you predicted a high-scoring game because it's not like you to go for a high-scoring game.
Well, I know,
you get me a call out on there, like.
Well, I kind of figured Mbappe. You know, he's going to get a chance. He'll probably score him, and of course well, as Alex quite rightly mentioned, he missed a sitter, at least one. So I blame Mbappe.
I think he tried to curl it, didn't he? I think he was expecting curl. He was expecting to curl in on the right, and it just didn't curl at all, did it?
He literally just could have passed.
Mbappe is just straight
like that.
He is insane, though, isn't he? I mean, he was a big part of the first goal. Mbappe was just sprinting past the player, putting the ball across the box in a dangerous position. And it ended up being an own goal. This centre back, what's his name? Wobber. Is it Wobber? Or
Wobber? Yeah, that poor bugger, yeah.
Shite, isn't he?
Vober. Probably Vober.
Shite, really bad centre back. Not good.
No.
Not good at all.
Not great. He can finish. Just in the wrong end.
No, I've seen some good centre backs in this tournament, but he was really bad. He made about 10 fouls in the first 10 minutes, and his positional sense was so bad with the header as well. I think I do get players score own goals. Coleman scored one last season, but that header just did not need heading in the back of your net. That was a really bad header to get France. Into the game.
I mean, there's a level there for Austria to sort of say we only lost 1-0, but I think a massive chunk of it was France not putting away their chances, because they did have chances. It's unbelievable sort of how many they missed, to be honest. And they weren't going all gung-ho after. I mean, certainly after the goal, they weren't either. Do you know what I mean? They didn't have to put a load of effort in. So some of it slightly down to Austria, but more down to France being lax in front of the goal, which you don't see very often.
You give Austria a shout out on your video. That's why I do like doing these, and we're going to get some other fans on to do the predictions as well. We'll keep having a play around with it for you. Try and spread it around as well, so we get more people participating. Yeah. You did give Austria. You spoke about Austria like it was quite good, and I think there was. There's a couple of players that I really liked here. I thought the main player, which a lot of people know about, but I didn't, because I don't watch much of this team. But is it Lama or Lama or something like that? Lama?
Yeah, Lama. Really, right hand side.
Like him.
Right winger.
Today.
Yeah.
Played on the left, played on the right, played in the 10, played in the 6 towards the end of the game as well when they changed formation. Really good.
I mean, Sabitza's probably your main one that people generally know more about. But
Lama's really good, and he plays for is it Leipzig or something like that?
RB Leipzig.
Team that I don't watch. Yeah.
Just looking now, but he's really good.
He's not. He actually plays for Bayern.
Oh, there you go. No, I knew he was good.
I told you he was good. No, he's just so composed on the ball, and he was always. When I watched him, I kept a close eye on him because I noticed straight away he had something about him. He's always trying to run past the centre backs as well, running in the box. The amount of times that he was in the box in good positions but didn't get the service, I was just really impressed with him. But he plays for Bayern Munich, so Everton ain't going to be able to sign him, which is good.
He does, but not massive ratings, to be fair. So
7. So it's not bad, though, is it? Really?
Yeah, it's not awful. It's not awful, but
the 6s.
Austria are going to have to do a little bit more going forward in their other games, without a doubt. But they got a chance. I mean, like I said in the prediction, sure, one defeat in 16, I think. So so by no means a bad team. By no means.
They had a one-on-one. They had a one-on-one where there was arguing in the commentary that he kicked the floor before. He tried to chip the keeper. They said, and Gary Neville was saying he kicked the floor, and someone else was saying in the commentary there was arguing saying that he didn't kick the floor. But they should have scored that. It should have been 1-1 there. And if you think about it, Paul, I know we watched the game and we've seen France have a lot of chances, but it was an own goal. France won by an own goal. Otherwise, they wouldn't have won. So you've got to give Austria credit there against France, who we all had as a massive favourite to win the tournament. I think Austria handled them quite well.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they've not done bad at all, to be fair. I mean,
another shock team for me. I didn't realise they were that good.
Yeah, well, this is the group that's also got Poland and Netherlands in. So it's France, Netherlands next in their group. So that'll be interesting, to be honest. That could be a game. That could be a game full of goals, to be honest. The way Holland defended and France maybe weren't putting it in like they should. So maybe that's going to change second game. They both won their first game, so we'll see what happens.
I forgot to say this as well. There was. I'm going to start writing these players down because I forget players, and I'm having a proper scout about this Euro to see who's good and who's not. I just love watching footballers and to see who's good and who's not. And I'm just looking now. A player come on for Austria, and he was so good. They say he's a sub. He comes on a sub for the club that he plays for.
Right.
And he come on, and he's just really fancy and fast. He had a ponytail. Do you know who he is?
Fancy and fast.
Fancy and fast. You can't go wrong with that, can you? Trying to see where he substitutes for them. Who come on?
Well, Wimmer came on. Is that the blonde-haired fella? You had
it's Wimmer. Patrick Wimmer. He was good. He was, he's good. He's skinning them all. He was. He come on and he says they all said the fans love him because he's got loads of tricks and he's fast.
Yeah.
Wimmer come on, and he was skinning all the players. A couple of times he nearly went free, whipped some really fast crosses in, and I just looked. He's only 23, 16.
23. Plays for Wolfsburg. Gets on the score sheet, scored the winner against Serbia in the warm-ups. Not bad.
Yeah, I like him. There you go. Well, we have to start writing them down and we'll do a little scout thing for this Euros to see who we think's good and players of the Euros. And I think he was really good.
Transfer targets of the Euros. Oh, that'd be good.
We've had a few, haven't we, that I didn't know about so far.
We don't really know any or many, do we? Many or any.
No, it just makes you realise that there's a lot more players about than what you think. Like we only look at the Premier League sometimes and think they're all the best players, or the Champions League. But there's a lot of players about that are really good, and I did like him today.
True.
Games tomorrow then. Who playing tomorrow?
Well, there's no 2:00 kickoff tomorrow, so I won't be scrambling around for a video to send. So no 2:00 kickoff. We've got Turkey against Georgia and Portugal against Czech Republic. So that's the last.
Only 2 tomorrow.
That's Group F. So these are the last games of round 1, if you like. So Georgia and Turkey, Czech Republic, Portugal. My tip for winning it: Ronaldo's swan song. Could be the case. Cue Czech Republic win probably. But are you doing Georgia Turkey? I think it's your turn, isn't it?
I didn't know that we only had 2 games tomorrow. I haven't looked that far ahead. Now you told me we've got 2 games. Just trying to think who we should go for. Are you at the same thing? Rock, paper, scissors. Yeah, let's go for it. Rock, paper, scissors.
Okay. So
whoever wins
this as Georgia Turkey.
Whoever wins this has Georgia Turkey. No, whoever wins get to pick which one they have. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Right. You ready?
I know which one I'm picking.
I know which one I'm picking here as well, mate. That's why I want to do rock, paper, scissors, because you're ahead of me now because you just got the. Yeah, you're ahead of me. I didn't even get the result on my last one because I got Ukraine. I didn't even get the result, so we might be drawing, or you might be ahead, something like that.
We'll get a proper table going. Are you ready? So is it 1, 2, 3, shoot like that?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Yeah.
Shoot. Okay, ready?
Or do just one? Just whoever wins this one, yeah?
If you want, yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Ready?
Make sure you can see your hand. Hang on. Start again. Start again.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
You saw me do that.
I didn't. I was going scissors all the way, mate. I was. Who goes paper? Paper's weak. You know what I mean? You can just rip it. Scissors are stronger than paper. Scissors cuts hair. Right. So I'm gonna pick Portugal versus Czech Republic. You've got Turkey. Yeah. Did you know I was going to do that?
Yeah. So you're having Czech Republic, Portugal.
I'm having your winners. Portugal. You little shit. You ain't passing me that one. No, I'm doing Portugal tomorrow. I feel Portugal will win. So I'll tell you what score tomorrow. And Paul, you've got Turkey versus Georgia. So get your dictionary out.
Turkey and Georgia. I will. I'll swat up now.
Get your dictionary out. Right, everybody. Thanks for listening. We keep doing these EuroCast shows. We want more to participate. We want just loads of scores. Try and share stuff as well as much as you can, because I'd like at least 20 people to be just, even if we don't know them, just saying, I think the score is going to be 2-1. That's it. That's all we want to know, what you think the score is going to be. So when we do these shorts, I'd like to see 20 people just putting in what the score is every short, and that's the purpose of it. Just
like it, share it.
Diary. Yeah, like and share it. Get behind it.
Yeah.
There are some people that are proper playing it right. Like, as soon as I put the short up, they're on it, they put it, and they're enjoying it. And that's what I want. We're trying to keep people entertained this Euros and do what we can to make people have fun with it. So just let us know your scores each Euro. Wow week. Just tell us what you think the score is going to be each game. Paul, last words.
Have a nice night, everyone. And roll on tomorrow.
I'm enjoying the Euros, to be fair. We'll tally our scores up after these two tomorrow and see where we're at. And we'll look at the score seriously then. Have a boss night, everyone. 220 people have been on. They have been on. Try and stay on. It keeps saying, you have had like 80% of your people watching haven't liked or subscribed, or haven't subscribed, or something like that. It tells us who on the channel watch and don't subscribe. Come on, just jump over and subscribe. Takes 2 seconds. Cost nothing. Don't even have to watch it all the time if you subscribe. Get on it. We want to hit 1,000. We do. We want to hit 1,000 before the Everton season starts. So jump over and hit the subscribe. Every time we go live, if we come off and we've got 5 new subscribers, we like it. We just want to hear from you. Have a boss one, everyone. Drop in the music. Here we go. Euros tomorrow. Let's do this.